Welcome to Lakewood Stadium. You're in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia for the 2019 Senior Bowl Classic, brought to you by the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia. This is game 2 of 2. For those of you that missed it, we saw Clayton County All-Stars defeat the Muskogee County All-Stars 35, or was it 42?
42.
42 to 14. Thanks, Coach Chapman.
I try.
And what you're getting ready to watch right now is the Atlanta Public School All-Stars versus the South Fulton All-Stars.
Looks like Atlanta Public School is going to be kicking off to start this game, Coach, so you get to see the South Fulton offense. And we got some rules, basic rules for you. 4-3 defenses for both squads. Both teams have elected to run a spread offense. You cannot rush the punt, but you can return the punt. All extra points and field goals, there will be no rush. Live, completely live play on the kickoff and kickoff return. So here we go.
Reed Schwatweiser out to kick. Reed from Grady High School.
Hammered.
And it's a nice kick. Going to be filled about the 2-yard line. Is that number 2 on the return?
Hard to tell.
Those black jerseys are tough to read. It's rolled up. We're going to go with Zadrian White from Langston Hughes on the return.
And number 9 made the tackle.
Number 9 from APS is Drayvon Scott from Mays High School.
Anybody see the quarterback's number?
In the gun, doubles look. Quarterback pulls it around the right side. Got a little room. Quarterback number 1, Nick Williams. Nick Williams of Banneker. Brought down by number 28. That's Rashad Pruitt from Therrell.
Looks like we got a gain of 10 and a first down right there.
Williams in the gun. Kind of a nasty doubles look. Pulls the ball, a little RPO action. A little dish out to the left side.
Gain of 3.
Nice little play right there.
Bring up 2nd down and 7.
Well, I take that back. Williams in the gun again. Trips out to his right side. And he pulls it and tries to head straight up the middle.
Gains 2.
Brought down by number 11, Jalen Delaney.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 right here for the South Fulton offense.
I apologize on that last tackle. That's Giovanni Morgan of Best Academy. I apologize.
What number is Giovanni?
11.
Yeah, that's what I got. Look at that.
Motion.
Running back.
Williams lets it fly. Should have been caught, but dropped.
So that's going to bring up the first 4th down. We'll see if they punt. I don't see anybody moving. Here we go.
I think that pass intended for number 4, Tyler Malone of Creekside. Out to punt for South Fulton. Joseph Weirs of Hayville Charter. There's a snap, a kick, and look like a half-hearted fair catch single by number 5, Jamonte Jean of Therrell High School.
So APS will take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line right here with 9:53 to go in the first quarter.
Both teams run a spread offense, which makes sense against the 4-3.
Got a single high safety look right here, Coach.
Is that 2 at quarterback? Andrew Banks of Mays, a quarterback, takes the ball, drops. Quick throw out to the left side. Pass thrown to number 7.
For a loss of 1.
That's Tyree Nelson, also of Mays. Brought down by Zadrian White of Langston Hughes.
Second down and 11 right here for APS.
Banks in the gun. There's a snap. Rides it around the right side.
Ooh.
Nice cut. Nice tough run.
Gain of 13 right there.
Number 23 on the carry. Number 7 on the tackle right there.
Clock ticks under 9 minutes right here. 1st and 10 at the 40 for APS. And so we're going to go to a 2-back look right here with a little strong pistol action. Here's a snap. Give
right there around the left side. Can be wrapped up quick.
And here comes the flag.
Look like a face mask the way his head turned.
Mm-hmm.
Tackle made right there by number 19, Damian Levy. Sorry.
There you go. You're going to call an incidental face mask, give you the old 5-yard variety. It's going to bring up 1st down and about 3. There goes the clock running. We'll be under 8 minutes with this play.
This is a little more what we're used to. The offense is kind of struggling early.
Yep. Couple
is this receiver offsides right here?
Nah, defensive end may be offsides.
Motion from left to right. Rolls, throws down the middle of the field. Has a man. He's going to get in. Touchdown right there.
53-yard score.
That pass from Banks to Ray, Vashawn Ray from Booker T. Washington. And I thought he was just hanging that one up, but.
Well, Mr. Ray turned on the jets.
I think he's one of those guys that finds another gear.
He did. It wasn't even – it was one of those things where –
the great ones do, right?
The ball went up, and he said, let me go get that. And just like that, we talked about a struggling offense, and then 53 yards later, it's 6-0 APS.
It is nice when you've got a receiver that can track one down.
Yes, sir. Best thing in the world. Put it in the vicinity and go get it. So with 7:32 left to go in the first quarter, it's now 6-0 APS. Extra point pending.
Schratweiser out for the kick.
And hammered it.
Yep.
Wow. There's a reason why he's playing in this game.
Yeah, I think that's kind of his thing.
Yes, it is.
Making Grady proud.
I mean, he just destroyed that.
Keys to the game, Coach Chapman.
Cover number 1, if you're, the South Fulton team, all jokes and kidding aside, we saw this game last year. Special teams were, return game was huge. And so you got to make sure you limit the return game, especially on kickoff, returns right here. But, we always talk about it. Center quarterback exchange is starting to rain. How will the weather play into this thing if it does rain? But, one of the things that you see is how well can you mesh a team in 3 practices.
It is not easy to do.
We saw, that was one of the things impressive about Clayton County. They were able to, mesh up really, really well. There must have been a unsportsmanlike penalty on the touchdown, Coach, because we're kicking off from the 25-yard line.
That's a bummer. But it's part of it, and that's the other thing is how big a factor will special teams play.
I mean, right now they're fixing to get the kickoff last time landed at the 1-yard line. I mean, so you're looking at this thing from a standpoint of, the field position is about to change drastically. But if I were you, if he's still on here, number 35, I think is who it was last time. went flying down there. He was the first person down on the kickoff, and he destroyed the first blocker. I mean, absolutely destroyed him. I think he's number 2 right down here, standing at the 20.
Okay.
This guy, he flew down the field and just destroyed a blocker. So keep my eye on him right here.
That's Darius Williams from Carver.
Yeah, I can tell you, Darius Williams wanted to go get somebody.
Schratweiser out to kick. And there it goes. It's a high spinning kick. Going to be fielded at about the 22-yard line.
There it is again.
And nice play right there by number 22. Ball returned by number 10, Zachariah Weaver.
Weaver's going to set it up after about a 4-yard return after all of that. Going to be 1st and 10 for South Fulton at the 33-yard line.
Tackled by Jonathan Nunn of Booker T. Washington.
Same quarterback, same running back, same receivers.
That trips bunch out to the left side. There's a snap.
Quarterback
pulls it, and there he goes. That's going to be a first down.
11 more. He's got 3 carries right now.
Nick Williams of Banneker kind of been their offense so far.
Nick Williams got 8 yards of carry right now, Coach.
Well, that's nothing to sneeze at.
No, sir.
Doubles look for South Fulton. There, lets it fly.
Nice
across
throw.
The middle. Kind of dangerous, but well done. Pass caught. Can you see that?
Isn't that number 84?
By number 84, Brandon Johnson.
Gain of about 16 yards right there.
That same trip stack look out to the left. Williams in the gun. There's the give around the right side.
Oh, nice run.
Back stays up. Nice tough run right there by Tyler Malone of Creekside.
Nice run.
Brought down by number 28 for APS.
Malone picks up 6. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4 right here.
That's Rashad Pruitt of Farrell. Made that tackle.
Now we got a nice answer. The clock ticks under 6 minutes right here. 2nd down and about 4.
Williams lets fly on a quick screen. That looked live to me.
Yes, that's – whew.
That pass intended for Jalen Delaney. Went right through his hands.
So we're going to be sitting there looking at 3rd down and about 4 right here. If I was a betting man right here, I would say you better watch the quarterback running the football.
I think quarterback counter.
Either that or that little pass they threw to the running back leaking out of the backfield. He was wide open.
I think if I had a kid like that, I'd probably get some jet action, some power read jet stuff going on.
Well, if they want to run the counter, they need to run it down here.
There's a snap.
There it is.
And there he goes. And he's going to be short by about 2 feet.
Yep. Picked up about 4. It's going to be a 4th and 1.
He's a big kid, though, quarterback sneak. Because that's one of the things, when I look at APS, their defensive line is athletes.
Oh, yes.
Not a lot of meat right there. So I would think that would give me a chance to get a push. Trips out to the left. Just
nice
give
run.
around the right side.
Looks like he's going to eke it out.
And
gain of 2.
Hard run right there by Tyler Malone around the right side.
Gain of 2 and a 1st down. So we have our first 4th down conversion of the game, Coach. Clock rolling under 5 minutes here in the first half. APS 7. South Fulton nothing. But South Fulton on the cusp of the red zone.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's been a slip betwixt cup and a lip, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Williams drops, looks left, rolls, decides to run. brought down by number 53. Almost stripped the ball right there, it looked like.
I thought that was going to happen. I was sitting there thinking to myself, this guy is about to fumble this thing. So that's a loss of 4.
Carlos Allen of Douglas on the play.
Douglas had a really good year this year. Took Callaway to the wire in the state quarterfinals. 2nd down and 14.
Doubles look. Williams in the gun.
RPO.
Little RPO. Oh. I thought that was gone.
And if he catches that, he's still running.
What was that receiver's number?
3.
Number 3, Derek Britt of Westlake.
He had the first catch of the game of 3 yards.
Trips down here to the right side.
Got to get something back right here to make this a manageable 4th down.
Williams drops. Lots of pressure.
There's the screen, middle screen.
Nice play right there by number 11 for APS. That's Giovanni Morgan of Best Academy.
Mr. Morgan showing up early. We got 3 tackles early on in the game. We got 4th down right here and 12. South Fulton going to go for this right here. Look for something to the sticks, Coach.
I would think so. Williams drops. Lots of pressure.
Picked.
And there's the guy again, Giovanni Morgan. Right now, he seems like a man among boys. You know, it really looked like South Fulton was putting something together, but it turned quickly.
Man, that was an athletic play. Had the shallow cross coming in right behind him too, Coach. So, you know, it's hard to see what was going on back there because I'm blocked by this wall, but it looked like they might have had something. So APS takes over again with 3:13 here to go in the first quarter. Already leaving 7-0.
One of my all-time favorite offensive plays when I was at Morrow High School, my nose guard, I coached D-line, my nose guard picked a screen pass and rumbled like 40 yards with it for a touchdown. Tallahassee weighed 315 pounds. Motion from left to right. Give off the left side. Little scat action. Number 6 on the carry. Deshane London of Maynard Jackson is going to get run out of bounds by number 7 for South Fulton.
Gain of 3 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. So we got a new quarterback, Coach. I think it's number 15.
Aquinas Stillwell of Grady takes snap on Give around the left side. That's number 7 on the carry.
2 more. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5.
Tyree Nelson. Number 17, Jaden Foster on that last play.
Here comes the blitz.
RPO, get it down.
And he fumbled.
He lost the ball. See, the sad thing is if that's stuck in his chest, he makes something out of that. But that high ball, that one little thing, you know, he was trying to make it happen, and then he lost his footing, and then he lost the ball.
You see who caught that, Coach? That 21?
I think that was 24. Malcolm Woods. Doubles look for South Fulton. Motion. There's Fires, and it's a new quarterback for them as well.
What number is he, Coach?
That's a great question. These black jerseys with green numbers aren't doing me any favors.
Do you see who recovered the fumble?
I did not. These jerseys make it tough, buddy. Trips out to the right. There's a snap. Quarterback drops. Lets it fly.
That was a nice catch right there.
And that's scooped off the ground. That is number 3, Derek Britt of Westlake.
For a gain of 9.
Trips out to the left side.
Gave him the first down. Gave him 10 and a first down.
There's a snap. Quarterback slings kind of comes out of the back of his hand almost.
Like that thing got tipped.
I think that's Aaron Penny at quarterback.
What number is he, Coach?
Well, let's say that.
Number 12, maybe?
Right now I'm trying to find, because is that a Creekside helmet? Looks like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the QB I show from Creekside.
What number is he, 12?
No, he's number 8, so maybe not. Quarterback keeper around the right side, going to be brought down by number 14. And number 19 right there for APS. Number 19, Rashad Whitehead of Best Academy. And number 14, Jalen Davis of Maynard Jackson.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 8 right there.
I'd like to thank the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia for putting together today's event, this 2019 Senior Bowl Classic. Quarterback in the gun, rearranging some people. There's a snap. He drops, lets it fly, lots of pressure.
That's going to bring up 4th down and 8, Coach. So we got 4th and 8, Coach. Change their rotating quarterbacks every possession. It's kind of hard to get any continuity right now.
Yeah, that's tough.
They've already tried to throw one screen, and we've seen shallow cross. Probably a little curl flat game up top, I would think.
That would be my guess, some sort of 3-way stretch. There's a snap.
Yeah, goes
down to the right side. Only person open on that one was the DB. Turnover on downs. And the APS offense comes back out.
First and 10, APS at their own 37 right here.
Is that Andrew Banks back at quarterback?
Looks like it.
Trips out to his right. There's a snap. Banks on the give. Kind of weaving through the middle. Carried by number 23. That's TK Mack. Tackle made by number 75. Well, I thought it was 75, but. All right, that's the end of one. You got APS up on South Fulton, 7-0 here at the Senior Bowl Classic.
I think it may have been 55, Coach.
55?
Yeah.
That makes sense. That would have been Chris Grant on that last tackle.
There you go. So we'll start the second quarter, 2nd and 7. APS up 7-0.
Well, we got a timeout. If you're APS, where you going?
I'm going to keep trying to, they've had some success running the football. I'm going to keep trying to, run the football and maybe run my RPOs off of it. They've had some chances where if they could have gotten the screen pass down a little bit, they had a chance to run with it. But, things have been high and a little behind. And then you had the one big play on the post. So I'm going to keep trying to attack inside the tackles, and I'm going to take my shots down the field like they've done in the first quarter.
Okay, if you're Creekside, what do you do? I'm sure you're Creekside. If you're South Fulton, what do you do?
South Fulton had a nice drive going right there. They're right now they're their own worst enemy. Catch the football. They had a drive 2 times inside the 50, came away with nothing.
There's a snap.
Screen. There it is.
There was nothing there. Pass intended for number 5. Jamonte Jean of Therrell.
That was a really nice job by the defensive end getting his hands up, because if he catches that, there's a nice little tunnel he can run right down the middle of the field in right there.
If there's a replay, you'll see it.
Roger that.
All right, so 3rd down and 7 right here. The efficiency for an offense this game has not been the same as it was in the first game for either side yet.
Trips look out to the right.
Here comes the blitz off the weak side.
Banks in the gun.
Or off both sides.
There's a snap. Quick snap throw. Nicely done. Completed. Pass completed to number 24. That's Juantez Stiggers of Best Academy on the catch.
15 yards and a first down right there.
Trying to see who made that play.
12 or 18.
So
1st and 10 right here for APS at the 45. Doubles look.
Motion from left to right. Give on the jet around the right side. Getting some good blocking. Oh, woo! And that ball carried by number 3. Carried by number 3 for APS. That's Cario Guger of, I'm sorry. That's Jaquavius Hines of Maynard Jackson on the carry. And met furiously by Antonio Hickman. I'm wondering if they're going to call targeting here, which I found out this year is actually an ejectable offense under Georgia high school rules.
What number made that tackle again, Coach?
2-7.
Number 27? Well, number 27 introduced himself right there.
Yeah, that was unfriendly.
So the hold backs it up. It'll be 1st down and 16 now.
I do believe if I was running the ball, I'd know where he was.
Yes, sir.
Banks in the gun. There's a snap. Keeper by Banks. Brought down. Yeah.
Number 55 again.
Number 55, Chris Grant. Mr. Grant pretty active today.
Gain of 2. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 14. I'd look to see a little bit more of that RPO slant stuff. We got single coverage down here, and it's press. Safety is going to the middle of the field.
There's a snap. Throw down the right side. And they're going to call anything because they were just they were into each other.
Yep.
Pass intended for number 5 for APS. Jamonte Jean of Therrell High School.
Number 27 on the coverage right there.
Antonio Hickman of Tri-Cities.
Antonio's had an eventful drive right here.
I would say so.
All right, 24 is out wide.
Big play right here.
Number 1 in the slot.
And going back the same place.
Man, he had number 1 so wide open in the middle of the field. I mean, so wide open.
When you've already made up your mind where you're going, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it was so wide open. See if they come right back to it. It's 4th down, though.
That's one of those things. A lot of times you just decide where you're going before. I mean,
they're going to punt.
You would be able to speak more to that than.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at your matchups, what you like, you know, and not everybody understands, if you don't know the blitz is coming right there where they made a little play fake, and they ran the blitz. What are they doing? What is going on? Did they call a penalty? I guess they called a penalty.
Okay.
Because they just moved the ball up 5 yards to make it 3rd and 9.
Banks in the gun. Doubles. Looks like heat's coming.
Oh, it's definitely coming. Wide open in the middle of the field again. Oh, that's pass interference. Definitely pass interference.
Man, there's the flag comes in from the stands.
They're having a hard time covering number 1 right now, Nick Williams.
Yeah.
No, excuse me.
Number 1, Vashon Ray.
Yeah,
of
they're having a
Booker
hard
T. Washington.
They're having a hard time. He is wide open on every snap. Yeah, it's going to be. So after a relatively, clean first game, we've got we only got 4 penalties in this game. We're 9 minutes into the second quarter. That's not bad for an all-star game.
No, there's no doubt, because that's one of those things you don't really get to work on, like we talked about.
We got a different look right here. We got 2 backs in the backfield, regular gun set. 1st and 10 at the 29.
Banks gives around the left side. Ball carried by number 23, TK Mack of North Atlanta.
Loss of 1. We have
down by what looks to be number 7.
Number 7's having himself a heck of a first half too.
All right. I'd like to take an opportunity to thank the sponsor of today's games, the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia. 2 backs. Slot out to the right side. Well, RPO action.
Oh, he was there.
Off the hands. That pass intended for number 3. Jaquavius Hines of Maynard Jackson.
I can tell you right now, we have the pleasure of getting to listen to what the offensive coaches for APS are saying, and they basically saw that the play before and knew they were coming back to it.
It's there. The middle of the field's open, but I imagine it's very as precarious as it is to throw across the middle.
That and the fact that you like we said, 3 practices. I mean, a lot of these guys
building trust in a receiver, I'm sure is.
And timing. There's nobody in the middle of the field right here, Coach. This is straight cover 0.
Banks in the gun. There's a snap. He's looking. Lots of pressure. And he's going to be sacked by number 19, Damian Levi.
And that's going to bring up 4th down and about 15 right here for APS.
All right.
Change quarterbacks midstream, Coach.
Quarterback in the gun. That's interesting. Throw across the middle.
That's because that's what they wanted him to do.
Looks like the ball is caught.
They call it an incomplete.
That pass intended for Vashawn Ray.
And they still haven't covered him. That's why they took him out. They were like, throw the ball to number 1. Nobody's covering it. So that'll turn it over on downs.
So South Fulton holds. That's good for them because, in an all-star game, you go down by a couple scores, it is very difficult to come back.
South Fulton holds. They held 3 or 4 times on that drive if they hadn't had a couple of penalties. They had 2 penalties that gave them extra shots at the drive. They've played heck.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Quarterback in the gun.
That's
There's a low snap.
Man.
A flea flicker. Thrown down the left side.
Caught.
Got a man.
Yes,
it's
sir.
caught, and he's in bounds.
That's number 5.
That is number 5, Rod Jones from Langston Hughes. Is that green? It's hard to see from here. Is that net? Or are they black helmets now?
I have no idea. It looks like they're black.
Anybody see the quarterback's number yet?
Nope.
Okay. Trips to the right. Give. Up the gut right there to Tyler Malone, the Creekside.
Gain of about 2 right there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
So South Fulton on the march. Looking to tie this thing up.
That previous completion was good for 47 yards, Coach.
47, you say?
Yes, sir, I say. To number 5.
Quarterback is number 12.
That right there did not work the way they wanted it to. They just ran jet sweep for -6.
Well, that's never good.
It is not. So now you've got 3rd down and 14. And the 2nd and 8 went to 3rd and 14. And, right now South Fulton's, they got to think about, hey, let's get half of this back right here so we'll make 4th down, doable.
Well, this is what happened to them last time. They
Yep.
marched all the way down and then stalled out.
Mm-hmm.
Stevens in the gun. Motion coming across. Fakes the jet. Lets it fly, and there's nobody there in a black jersey.
Now, he let it fly because he was getting hit again. I can't tell what number he is. 19.
Number 19 on the pressure.
Mm-hmm. Definitely was.
That's Rashad Whitehead of Best Academy.
Well, I can tell you right now, Rashad, he had an idea about what he wanted to do, and he just ran right through the A gap. There was nothing that play could. That play was dead from the start.
We haven't said anything about Giovanni Morgan in the last couple of minutes. I'm waiting on him to show up.
Don't worry, he's waiting for this play right here.
And there's the throw. And the only person that had a shot at that was that number 26.
Yes.
Only person with a shot at that was number 26 for APS.
Hey, guess who else had to hurry?
That's Keon Coley from Douglas.
And guess who else forced it? 19 forced it again. So 11 and 19 right now are dominating on defense for APS.
So it's a turnover on downs, and APS got the ball back.
All right.
Lots of defense.
15's back in at quarterback with 5:40 right here to go. Now they've gone to 2 high safeties. It looks like they're going to try to give a little help.
Aquinas Stillwell of Grady at quarterback. Doubles look. There's snap. Give, and not
Nothing.
much doing. That ball given to number 7, Tyree Nelson of Mays. wrapped up by the vast majority of the South Fulton defense.
The running game, which started off really good for Atlanta Public School, has not been as good lately.
Not so much production anymore. Doubles look again. There's a snap, drop. Quick throw right there.
Guess who's open again?
Yeah, number 1 for Sean Ray. And there we go. The Big Uglies come to help push. Somebody loses their helmet in the hubbub.
So he's going to get 13 on that one.
I always worry about the receiver getting hurt during all that.
His feet weren't on the ground when he got.
Well, everybody's getting pushed around, and then a mass of people land on them. That's one of those where I just as well don't fall down most of the time. Doubles look, motion. The jet coming around the left side, got some help out there, got a good block.
Wow, nice run.
Nice tough run right there by number 18. That's Devonair Bird out of Kip.
He's got some wheels and he's shifty. Gain of 24 right there.
See who made that play?
Did not. Got timeout.
That's a good time for one. Today's festivities brought to you by the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia. Today's Senior Bowl Classic. If you missed it earlier, we saw Clayton County All-Stars defeat the Muskogee County All-Stars 42-14.
Dominant offensive performance.
Yes. Clayton County was an offensive juggernaut.
Had a 100-yard rusher. Had a quarterback that threw as many touchdown passes as he did incompletions.
Well, and just like rotating people in there just didn't seem to be much difference.
Definitely efficient. That would be the key word for that. They were efficient. They were, physical, athletic. That was a really nice job, by that coaching staff of getting all those. They had 50, what'd you say, 54 people on the roster or something like that?
Like 54 people, yeah. And it looked like everybody played.
Yeah, and but everybody played well.
Everybody contributed.
Yes,
that's a better word. Lots of people play. Not everybody contributes. So not during the game. Everybody contributes at practice, obviously, but not necessarily during the game.
3:54. It's first down right here at the 30-yard line.
Those guys weren't placeholders.
Yep. APS is on the move again.
Number 15, Aquinas Stillwell, quarterback. There's a snap. He drops, looks out to his right, lets it fly. Has a receiver. Oh, what a catch.
Touchdown.
What a catch. Yes, sir. That was amazing. And I think they're going to take a penalty again. Nicely done. Ball called by Jamonte Jean from Therrell. Really just laid out for it.
Nice catch.
And there's somebody running around the field with a Home Depot bucket of flags, just throwing them out.
Looks like a kickoff return at our school.
Yes, indeed.
Return. That's a super athletic play right there.
If you're going to get excited, that was something to get excited about. I agree with that.
The referee going to go over and tell him, all right, that's enough. That's twice.
Yeah, are they? But with a penalty like that, that's unsportsmanlike. Who do you assess that one to? Do you assess it to the first person to run out there?
I don't know. I guess you could assess it to the bench.
In which case, you get two.
You're gone.
You're gone.
I don't think
same for players. If it's the same kid twice,
I don't think they're going to kick anybody out.
I would hope not. Schratweiser out for the kick. Snap, hold, and up and good.
All right, so now with 3:41 left in the first half, Atlanta Public Schools 14, South Fulton nothing. And the big play has been the answer.
Yeah,
APS.
indeed. And we talked about in that first game that oftentimes you don't see drives.
Nope.
You see big plays, and that's just such a great catch.
Individual performances. I mean, so.
But all this brought to you today by the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia, putting on this Senior Bowl Classic.
And it's been really fun to watch, Coach.
It has been, and we've been really lucky to participate in the last 3 years? Is that correct?
Yes.
I will say this: perfect weather for the event. I know there's been a couple of sprinkles out here, but you know, if we're going to be honest about this, we've called bowl games in way worse weather.
Oh, no doubt. Well, I will say that anytime I'm in a press box, the weather's always good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a given.
When the wind's not blowing the rain in on you.
Right.
And it's 30 degrees outside, 35 degrees outside.
And we're going into overtime.
Yeah, we were all quitting that day. We'd already informed everybody that would listen. If it goes to overtime, we are leaving. This is miserable.
For those of y'all who are unfamiliar with Georgia, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
And this was in like March.
Yeah, and it was nice and warm, and then it just snapped cold out of nowhere, and it was raining sideways, and it was ridiculous.
Here's a chance for South Fulton to get back in this with this kickoff return. But number 35 again is my guy.
Schratweiser on the kick, really tall order here, having to kick to the end zone from his own end zone.
There it is again. They are.
And they're just all over them.
Yes.
You talk about guys that are getting there in a hurry.
I mean, there are people flying down the field with a burning desire to get there and make the tackle.
Who was that from Mays that made the play? Number 10 from Mays High School. That's Durante Jones.
I mean,
They
got guys flying down the field. See if our guy number 11 shows back up. They've kind of gone to throwing the football and trying to stay away from. He's coming out of the game right here.
Yeah, I think that's an adjustment. He's a run stuffer.
That or an interceptor because he's got the interception.
Williams around the right side. Nice tough run. Tackled by number 44. That's Amadi Cofield from Carver.
When Williams is in the game, you better be ready because he's going to run the football.
I mean, he's a pretty athletic kid.
That's already his 6th carry of the game.
Okay, you got to be a run this way.
Screen.
Yeah. Same as run. Cuts back to the middle. And, you know, this goes back to one of my old things that I always told skill players.
Run away from the big people.
Run away from the people. Don't ever run back to the middle. Number 53 on the play for APS right there. That's Carlos Allen.
Carlos already has a sack in this game today. Folding back in to make the play has the screen reversed Fields on there. So you got 3rd and 5 right here, Coach, and you got to stay on the field because sprint option is out of bounds.
Got pushed out of bounds right there. Looked like he might make something out of it. And I'm pretty sure that's going to bring up a punt. I know that's what I would do.
So, gain of about 2 on the play, but, you know, like Coach said, are they going for this?
Quarterback counter, maybe.
Watch the football. Watch the football. This is a –
See, this would freak me out in an all-star game. It freaks me out in a regular game, much less an all-star game, trying to rely on everybody to hold still.
5-man box. Yeah, they're going to try to draw them off sides. They already caught Atlanta Public took some time out.
All right, you're going to get a chance to talk about it.
Hey.
Speaking of talking about it, this Senior Bowl Classic brought to you by the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia. Coach Chapman, I interrupted you, sir.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to go on to a thing about quantum physics, so why don't you talk about what you were going to talk about?
Quantum physics. I was going to say that when they lined up right there on 4th and 2, Coach, 4th and 2. They went to 4 wide receivers, and APS had a 5-man box.
Yeah, you run the ball with a quarterback.
Exactly. You've got them outnumbered. You don't play fake anything. You don't try to run a counter. You snap the ball to the quarterback.
Put hat on hat.
You ISO the linebacker with the remaining back, and there's nobody in the middle of the field because everybody's playing cover 2 and their safeties are off the hash. So who's in the middle of the field? Him and that APS symbol as he's running through it. All right, now they have corrected that problem.
And little zone give right there, and he's going to have it easily.
Oh, yes, sir.
That ball carried by number 4, Tyler Malone of Creekside.
Gain of 6 and a first down.
Tyler runs the ball tough.
That was a really good call. I think if there was an offensive guard that kind of got in the way, if he would have been moving out of the way right there, it might have been a much more substantial gain. And the clock ticks, and it doesn't look like South Fulton's in any hurry, Coach. Either that or they've got something special dialed up. They wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page.
Williams takes snap. I suppose, yeah, it was supposed to be a reverse.
It was.
Williams going to be brought down.
No gain.
By number, let's see, turning back. Number 81 for APS. That's DeJuan Wright of Grady. Williams takes a snap, fires.
Nice throw.
On what looked to be a slant. That ball caught by number back flap, because that's what I can see.
Number back flap, is that number 4?
I don't think so.
No. That was a gain of 12 and a first down.
Williams in the gun, doubles look. There's the back all
Going
by
deep.
himself.
He's run by him.
Did he go up and get that? My goodness.
Holy smokes.
My goodness.
Holy smokes.
I'm sitting here going, no, don't throw it there. Throw it right here. There's nobody on the back. But that actually was really, really nice play.
Gain of 38 right there. Wow. That's number 6, Coach.
Number 6.
Number 6 has caught the last 2.
That's DeAndre Stevens of Banneker. Timeout South Fulton. They got 32 seconds. Got the ball on the 3-yard line.
No, that was a heck of an athletic play. We've seen some great catches today.
I'm thinking I would score if I was them.
That's your coaching adjustment. You're going to run the touchdown play right here?
The touchdown play is my favorite. It's like I used to tell the defensive coordinator, call interception.
I mean, there's nothing else. I mean, 35 got turned around a little bit, but whoo. And he was open off the jump, too.
Lots of good games today. For those of you tuned into us, just a little update. Oklahoma LSU 7-7.
Really?
Where I come from, 7-7. All right, 32 seconds left. They got 2 timeouts. They got 1 timeout left or 2 timeouts, Coach Chapman?
1.
They got 1 timeout left. So you could run the ball 1 time if you wanted to.
You could.
Which is what they're best at, the quarterback run. And quarterback motions out of the backfield, go with a little trickeration. And brought down, looked like number 34. Was that 34 that shot through there?
I think so. Number 81?
Number 81 that shot in there. That's DeJuan Wright of Grady.
That's the last time out right there for South Fulton.
Yeah, tried to go some trickeration. Williams ran around the right side.
Who carried the ball?
I want to say that was number 4, Tyler Malone.
He got blasted.
Because he has kind of been a steady guy for them in the backfield because he runs hard.
-2 on that, though, brings up 2nd and goal from the 5. So with 25 seconds and no timeouts left, you got to throw the football right here.
Yeah, I mean, you got 3 shots at the end zone. Because field goal is not going to win you this game.
No, definitely not.
You got a funky doubles look. Got almost a stack over to the right side. Motion to trips.
Sprint to the corner.
And just a jailbreak up front. Oh, nice play.
Who called timeout?
Okay.
That's their fourth timeout?
Well, it's a bonus timeout. Bonus timeout, like you get cuts from the concession stand, you like peel off the sticker, and it's like bonus timeout. Look at that, you know. If you have enough Chick-fil-A points, it's bonus timeout.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know, just
I love my bonus timeout.
yeah. It's like in the NFL when somebody gets hurt. This is the fourth timeout. I'm like, there's no fourth timeout.
I love, man, when I was watching it yesterday. I watched football yesterday, and this defensive lineman comes running in, and it's North Carolina, and they look at this guy, and he's looking at the guy, and the guy's trying to get out, and he's not going to get out of time, and the guy's going. And he just goes. He looks around and then just falls on the ground.
Yeah.
Those are great. Because, I mean, what are you going to say? If the kid's really hurt, you know, you're a jerk if you say anything. But if I was on the sideline, I'd be going bananas.
Nah, not you, Coach.
Yeah, I'm not the calmest person. All right, there's a snap. Pressure instantly. Rolling, looking.
Touchdown.
Has a man. And right there, I tell you what, Williams' ability to keep the play alive makes the difference.
You look at it on here.
And that ball caught by number 5.
Yes.
Rod Jones of Langston Hughes.
Rod Jones did a good job of staying in bounds right there.
And just finding a dead spot
Yep.
and giving his quarterback somewhere to go.
And with 11 seconds left, South Fulton is right back in this thing.
I mean, if you're APS, you are kicking yourself right now.
You should be. I mean, you've had the momentum the whole first half.
And now you go in.
Unless something weird happens on a kickoff return.
Up by 7, having to give them the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
A high snap, gets it down, though. There's the kick. It is up, and it is through.
Yes, sir.
And that is Joseph Weirs of Hapeville Charter on the kick right there. So, with 11 seconds left in the second half, 14-7, APS up on South Fulton here at the Senior Bowl Classic, brought to you by the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia.
Our dude's back returning kicks right here.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
That's one of those where if you've ever coached, when a certain kid gets the ball, you just kind of hold your breath. And there's the two plays I hate worse in the world is kickoff and punt. Because you can, put together this beautiful drive and march down the field and score, and that all can be wiped out by a kickoff return.
Mm-hmm.
And you can watch it just deflate a sideline. Looking for the ball.
Yes, the ball has disappeared. Good arm by the ref right there. Plays it on a hop. You're going to have a 6-4 reduced field right here, kickoff from South Fulton.
I still would not kick it to that side. I would
There's
change it right now.
no
I would change
way.
it right now. I'd be like, move to the other side.
I would kick an onside kick.
Weirs on the kick. And there it is. And there you go. That's the answer.
Just hammered that joker.
That's the answer. You can't bring it out in high school. That's the answer. And he's excited with himself. That's the answer. Try to take away that big play.
All right, so you got 11 seconds left. What you going to do right here?
Me?
I mean, it's an all-star game.
I'm going to throw it to number 1. I'm going to say, hey, man, run as fast as you can down the middle of the field. Because for whatever reason, the middle of the field has been open.
Well, they're going. I would venture to say they're about to double him. There's no way he should ever get to the middle of the field. And they got two guys standing there staring at him like
Right over the top of him.
like, nah, buddy.
Not today. So they got a linebacker that's going to slide out of the box and hang over the top of him. And then a safety in behind him.
And they're going to
Give around the left side. They're going to be satisfied with just going in.
So that gain of 3 will end the first half right there. And that brings us to halftime with a score of Atlanta Public Schools 14, South Fulton 7. Very entertaining first half, Coach, wouldn't you say?
I would absolutely agree.
I mean, there's been some very athletic plays on display so far. Can't wait to see what the second half holds in store for us.
You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to beautiful Lakewood Stadium here in Atlanta, Georgia, at the 2019 Senior Bowl Classic, brought to you by the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia. For those of you that missed the first game, it was excellent. It was Clayton County, Muskogee. What you're watching right now, though, is the APS All-Stars versus South Fulton. APS currently up 14-7. Talk about the first half, Coach. What do you think the defining moments of the first half were?
Big plays. I mean, big plays. You've got catches for both squads of over 50 yards. All right, and the last minute and 38 seconds, or if you look right here, this is how the game started. South Fulton was very run heavy with their quarterback, but the first drive of the game for Atlanta Public School, you get a big 53-yard touchdown pass. And then, when you look at it from that, they had the 53-yard touchdown pass. They had a 30-yard touchdown pass. But South Fulton was able to get back into the game, 11 seconds left in the first half with a nice touchdown, a little, 3-yard touchdown pass. When they may have had a fourth timeout, that extra timeout we were talking about. But, that right there, makes this a game, especially since Atlanta Public Schools gets the ball to start the second half. Because if it would have been 14-0 and APS is getting the ball right here, you're looking at 21-0 because the big play potential from APS is definitely there.
Yeah, if I'm South Fulton, I'm on the sideline talking to Weir, talking about, hey, buddy, you got to kick it in the end zone.
Yes,
there can't be any doubt. It's got to go in the end zone, preferably through the uprights.
Just don't hit it because we don't want to cover this.
Because Vashawn Ray is explosive is not the word.
And he is right now, to use the term, he would be uncoverable. And they have now donated 2 defenders to cover him. So
they've got a safety sitting over the top of him, and then a linebacker right over the top of him, and then a safety behind the linebacker.
And the other safety was cheating to that side so he could rob the middle of the field.
And they kicked it right to him.
And they didn't get it into the end zone.
Here he comes.
And they got a seam.
If the guys would stop watching him block, he would have something.
That, and one of my big pet peeves, and I tell it to all of our players, and all of them look at me and say, oh, yeah, Coach, but it's not the style. Your jersey or having an undershirt that is not tucked in, because that's the second time today somebody's got him by his undershirt when he was running by him.
Well, it looks cool. So
yeah, there it is, style over substance.
All right, so it is the style. All our kids wear it like that. A lot of our kids, I should say. So I understand.
Yeah. Kind of afraid to tell our kids to take it off, because if they do, they might go play somewhere else.
Looks like Andrew Banks back in the game at quarterback. Got 2 backs in the backfield with him, a slot out to his right side.
And we'll get started here shortly.
You got to have a stop right here for South Fulton.
Yes, you do. Remember last game it was 14-7. Muskogee went right down the field, took up 4.5 minutes, scored, and then 71 yards later on the next play, Clayton County took the lead back and never looked back. Scored the last 28 points of that game. I'm looking for something right here. Down here, they've got him singled up. Look at a little run fake with a slant.
And the safety's on that side of the field.
Yeah.
And give on the jet. That
was on the stretch.
It all the way back
Look
across.
At this.
Oh, and it might get an extra 15 right there. Carry by number 6 right there. That's Deshane London of Maynard Jackson. Pushed out by number 15. Pushed out by number 15, Timothy Taylor of Hapeville Charter.
So that's 34 yards on the opening play of the second half. You said that was number 6, Coach?
Number 6 on the carry, yes.
That'll help your yards per carry.
There's a snap. And just to give right up the gut again.
Good for 3 more.
He made the most out of that run.
Mm-hmm.
Tackled by 21. Octavius Howard out of Banneker. Yeah, Deshane London can scoot.
Yes, he can. And they've got it singled up over here. Please tell me this guy's.
Oh, there he goes.
He's not playing outside leverage, is he?
Well, I think they're thinking he can funnel him to the safety, but I don't know.
Safety's in the middle of the field. That's a long way to funnel somebody.
I hear you. No, he's stalking. And good job right there. Heads up play by Andrew Banks, just trying to get rid of the ball. What was going on right there? What play was that supposed to be?
I have no idea.
Because you had Fashawn Ray down here stalk blocking.
Yep.
And, I mean, somebody got some misinformation somewhere.
Yep, and that's one of the things you run into in these all-star games.
There's miscommunication because, like we talked about before, you got 3 practices to try and teach everybody everything.
Well, they had ineligible downfield. They declined it, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8, 3rd and 7.
I guess it was supposed to be some sort of screen.
Whatever it was.
I don't know. Whatever it was, it didn't happen.
Not in the least.
It did not materialize.
That's the great word for it. So this is a big down right here for South Fulton. The opportunity to, it's going to be a 2-down territory.
Trips out the right.
Slant to this side would be dirty.
And there it is. And there he goes. LaShawn Ray on the slant, and it's a 1st down. Tackled by a rolled-up jersey. I'm kidding. It's tackled by the corner on this side, but his jersey's rolled up, and I can't see his number.
Gain of 20 right there and a 1st down.
You really got to hold them right here. I mean, if they get in, it changes the game. There's a snap.
Counter option.
There he goes around the edge. Nicely played by South Fulton.
Yeah. Carried by number 7 right there.
Tyree Nelson on the carry.
Picked up 1, but that was a really nice defensive play right there, rallying to the ball.
Looked like Derek Britt on the tackle.
What number is Derek?
3.
Number 3.
$9:20 and counting. APS leading 14-7, knocking at the door.
Man coverage.
Motion.
Jet sweep.
And there it goes around. Good job of evading that tackle and still gets in.
What are they doing? Nah, man. They trying to start a fight with him.
Okay. Backflips and I wonder how much longer the referees go. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
interesting,
yeah.
to say the least.
I hope that none of our kids ever see that because they'll be like, oh, let's do that. That'd be great.
Nope.
That was DeAndre Stevens on that touchdown, receiver out of Banneker.
I was told at halftime that DeAndre Stevens was the fastest guy on the field and that nobody could touch him at any point in time during practices leading up to the bowl game.
I don't doubt that.
He just left a guy standing there looking for laundry at the 10-yard line.
He shook off the first guy because he didn't get a great block right there on the edge, and
he was what Coach Hughes would call he could flip off the light switch and be in the bed before the room got dark.
Schratweiser still perfect.
And kicking it to another state.
Well,
interesting ploy to kick off from your own 25 every time you kick off.
You know, I think it's just confidence. That's got to be what it is.
Well, they have given up nothing on the kickoff return the whole day.
With 8:54 left, it's 21-7 APS over South Fulton.
And all that work South Fulton did right before the half erased.
Yep. And the first drive, and they talk about, you hear this all the time. The first 5 minutes of the second half dictate the rest of the game.
Oh, my word. I have never seen this.
He gave him two. He must have gave him 2 penalties.
And looks like they took 2 personal fouls on that one.
They're going to kick off from the 12-yard line.
They're kicking from the 12.
I heard a story of earlier this year that one of the teams that we played kicked off from the 6-yard line one time.
I don't doubt that. All right. Schratweiser on the kickoff. Fielded by number 8. He bounces back out. He's got the edge. That's it. He's gone. Schratweiser is the only man that can make the – oh! Schratweiser took it in the teeth right there, but they threw a flag. I'm not sure what that flag is. I don't know if they're going to call block in the back right there. But that's one of those where, he sacrificed himself, so my hat's off to him.
That was number 6, Coach.
It was number 6 that got –
Number 6.
Who? Number 6 made the tackle?
No, number 6 was carrying the ball.
Oh, number 6 for – yeah, my bad, man. That's DeAndre Stevens from Banneker. Great return.
What's the kicker's number?
43. Schratweiser.
I'm going to give him a tackle just because of that. He deserves it.
I mean,
because he just got
took it in the mush, man.
Murked.
But, kickers aren't supposed to be great tacklers. I used to have a kid, I'm like, if you have to hang off the guy's face mask, do not let him score.
All right, so now the way the nighttime is falling, good luck seeing any of these numbers.
Williams takes a snap, rolls to his right, pressured quick, is able to get rid of it. Should have been sacked, but got rid of the ball.
Was there a receiver? There was a receiver over there.
There was. Tavarius Pitts on the pressure right there.
What number is he? Is that 80?
Number 13.
13?
And he is from Mays High School. There's a number of Mays players in today's game. I was noticing earlier that 3 of the offensive linemen are from Mays, which is nice.
Those guys are gigantic.
If you can have 3 guys that are used to working together out of 5, that's pretty good.
2nd down and 10 here at the 30.
Williams in the gun. I'm not sure what happened right there. Some sort of delay.
Yeah, it was a delay, all right.
It was number 4 on the carry, if I'm not mistaken. That's Tyler Malone, and he's met quickly by Carlos Allen and Maynard Puckett. Carlos Allen from Douglas and Maynard Puckett from Maynard Jackson.
Whatever that was, it was meat at the running back.
Yeah.
And now
it looked like they were trying to run some sort of draw or something.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. And all that did was draw a lot of people to the play.
Yeah, it didn't work out well. There's a snap. Williams drops. Looks to his left, decides to run. He's going to keep the ball. He's going to be run out of bounds.
He's going to pick up about 8.
Bring it back to 4th and possible.
Yep, 4th and about 7 right here.
Run out of bounds by a host of APS players.
Be a nice time to rear back and throw that post route again, or that go route that they had at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
But the only other time they huddled, they tried to run a trick.
I think that if they just put trips out to one side and then leak the back the same side, I think the back's standing there all by himself.
They don't have enough people to cover it over here. Now they do.
Doubles.
Get him with delay.
Yep. Delay game. Geez, man. That is not what you wanted on 4th and 7.
Nope, now it's 4th and 12.
I'd still run the same thing.
Yeah, if you was going to run it on 4th and 8 or 4th and 7, you might as well run it on 4th and 12.
This is true. Because the couple times they've let the back leak out, they're just standing there all by themselves. All right, trips to the right-hand side.
7:34 left in the third quarter right here.
Williams in the gun. There's a snap. He bounces off the ground. Ball gets kicked around. It's still loose. And that's going to be APS ball.
Yes, it is. It's going to actually be a fumble recovery.
Is that number 19?
It looks like it.
Yep, number 19 on the play right there on the recovery. Rashad Whitehead out of Best Academy. Best Academy must have had a pretty good year. They got some good ball players.
Yes, they did. Now, you know, if it wasn't already panic time for South Fulton, this is panic time.
Oh, yeah. You give up one right here and it's over.
You calling that, Coach?
Yeah, you give up one right here and it's over. That's all she wrote. Give around the left side. Number 23 on the carry. That's TK Mack.
Gain of 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 right here. The ball right at the 44-yard line. Rolled down to a single high safety again.
Snap. Give to number 7 around the right side. Nice run. Strong run. Tyree Nelson on the carry.
7 yards and a first down, Coach. So now, not only are they moving the football, but they're starting to eat a little bit of the clock.
Yep.
Clock ticks under 6:30 here. Probably
Now you got to start thinking about how many possessions you're going to have left.
Yep. And you're probably going to be down 3 scores.
You may only get 3 more possessions.
Yeah. And that means you have to stop them. Whoop, wrong way.
Aquinas Stillwell looks, there's nobody there. Well, he decides to call his own number, and you know, you got to like that when it's a busted play and you get 6 yards out of it.
Turns it into a 6-yard gain. 2nd down and 4. Well, let's give him 5, Coach.
Okay.
2nd down and 5, but he took disaster and turned it into a 5-yard gain.
Stillwell stood at quarterback, back off to each side, slot to his left. There's a snap. And
open.
Across the middle. He's going to be down by his knee touching the ground and whatnot. That catch by number 12. That is 12 I'm seeing, correct?
Looks like it.
Okay. Yep, just confirming. Number 12, Pete Boyd of South Atlanta on the reception. And there goes number 6 around the corner. That's DeShane London. We've talked about him before. They call a timeout?
I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
Was that a running play?
It was.
That was an 11-yard gain. I looked down to write something down, and the next thing I know, somebody was sprinting across the field. 4:30 and counting right here.
Stillwell in the gun. Kind of a pistol set. Rolls to his right. Lots of pressure. Still trying to get away. Oh, horse collar. Well, that's going to be a first down.
Again.
You know, that's one of those things where if you're South Fulton, you can't afford mistakes right now. And that's definitely a mistake. Yeah, well, that's definition. Nice. I mean, if you're going to take a video of what not to do, that's it.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well, that's what they call.
So now they got 1st and 1.
First and one.
First and one.
It's not something you run into all the time.
Nope. No, I would say you take a shot right here, but you're at the,
There's not really room to take a shot from, yeah. Stillwell throws. Oh, broken up. Nice play. Pass intended for Vashawn Ray. Broken up by, I think, number 2.
Yes, it was.
No, that's the wrong helmet for it to be number 2. I think that was Derek Britt, number 3, from Westlake, because that's a silver helmet. Although everything looks kind of silver from up here right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm sitting here keeping all these stats, and I can tell you, those dudes that do that for a living, God bless them.
Stillwell in the gun. Trips to his left.
2nd and 1.
There's a snap. Give right up the gut. Ball carried by number 6. Shane London.
Gain of 1 and a first down.
Tackled by 17. Trenton Smith from Creekside.
Trenton Smith's had a good night. Called his name a bunch. So 1st and goal, Coach. Are they in 2 tights right here? No. 11 personnel.
Yep. There's a snap, give.
Nice
around
cut.
the left side. Just going to grind it. Shane London on the carry. Tackled by number 95, Christian Moreland from Banneker.
They keep running backs in and out. Clock's running and getting under 2:45.
There's snap Stillwell.
Inside
Give
zone
right of the
for a
gut. That's
touchdown.
going in. Tyree Nelson, a maze on the score.
So now it's 27-7 with 2:39 and no excessive celebration this time, Coach.
I was waiting on it.
I was kind of wondering what they were going to do to top the last one.
I was like, where could you go from running out to the middle of the field doing backflips?
I guess you could tear the goalpost down, but that might hinder the remaining part of the game.
Yeah, just walk it down, kick it on the other end after you score.
Unity prep style.
Yeah.
So, Coach, we're at 2:30.
Schreitweiser thumps another one through. And with 2:39 left in the third, it's 28-7. APS over South Fulton.
Coach, if you had to think about players of the game right now, who would you be looking at?
I would say probably Mr. Williams for South Fulton.
Mm-hmm.
And then for APS, that's a tough one. Probably Vashawn Ray, just because
he's dynamic.
He is very dynamic. I don't know that he's had the best game. I mean, what do the stats say?
Well, let's put it this way, Coach. The first time he touched it, he went 53 yards. All right, nobody has covered him since. He's drawn 3 people, and every time he's singled up, he's wide open. He's got 53. He got 3 catches, a touchdown, and right at 80 yards.
Ball going to be taken at about the 4-yard line. And really good kickoff coverage right there.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, APS's coverage has been exceptional.
Number 11 in on the tackle, Giovanni Morgan.
Number 11 again.
And number 22, Jonathan Nunn from Booker T. Washington.
Nunn and Morgan have been all over the place.
There's no question about that. They've both had pretty good games. What would you say as far as players of the game?
Well, I'm with you right now. Williams and
Ray. Oh,
wow.
Good gravy. When it rains, it pours, man.
It does.
When it rains, it pours. The wheels are coming off right now.
They are.
You took the snap, hit him in the hands, bounced off the ground. You know, that's one of those where if you coach long enough, you've been part of one of those games where, you know, everything just kind of goes south.
And in an all-star game when this is happening, you know what everybody's yelling? We need another coach.
Yeah.
Been there, done that many a time. So 2nd down and 15 right here.
There's a snap. Oh, picked off by APS and a little excessive, running him out of bounds right there. And here comes the whole team to celebrate the interception. Well, what went from 1st and goal at the 2-yard line is now going to be 1st and goal from probably, let's see, the 47.
There's a lot of penalty flags. The yellow rain has begun to fall.
Because how many of these can you assess, and how long do you let this happen before you start assessing them to the coaches?
Anybody see who had the pick?
It was Mays, a kid from Mays. I think he was the corner on that side, but I'm not sure.
He was the corner. He jumped the hitch route.
Let's see. Here we go. Nope, just kidding. Here we go.
$28.
Was it 28?
That's about the only thing I could see.
Let's see. 28 DB from Therrell. No. Let's see. Amari Drake's number 4. He's a DB from Mays. Durante Jones, number 10, is a DB from Mays. Let's see. Dravion Scott is a DB from Mays, number 9. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
With a minute 36 thing right here, this game has come off the rails.
Yeah. I think he's telling them not to go out on the field anymore. But, you know, again, you have so little control over these kids.
They're not yours.
They're not yours.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 at the 30.
It's 1st and 10 at the 30, not 1st and goal. Oh, ball over the head right there of Andrew Banks.
Well, it wasn't even at the 30. It was at the 32, so that's a loss of 6 right there.
That's going to bring up first and
Second and
sorry, there you go. Second,
close to 16.
because second comes after first.
Sometimes. Depends on what officiating crew you have that week.
This is true. There's a snap. Give around the left side. It's got a chance.
Nice play.
And they call the horse collar right there. Thought I saw a flag fall out. There it is. I see it now. Yep, they're going to call a horse collar. That carry by number 23, TK Mack.
Gained no yards.
Well, it's fixing to gain 15.
Still won't be a first down. So now to bring up
Second and about 5.
Yep.
4. That's a little easier to deal with. Motion. Give on the jet. Cuts, comes back. Tries to get the edge. And is run out of bounds by number 6, DeAndre Stevens. That ball carried by number 12. That's Pete Boyd of South Atlanta.
Pete Boyd just ran 85 yards
To get 4.
to gain 4.
But he got the first down. Because he did run to the right side, and both people missed their blocks.
Yes, they did, and that play right there will bring us to the end of the third quarter with your score, Atlanta Public Schools 28, South Fulton 7.
Thanks again to our sponsor, the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia, for putting on this Senior Bowl Classic. We got to watch earlier today. We got to watch Clayton County defeat Muskogee County 42-14. And then we've been doing this game where, as you said earlier, APS is taking a commanding lead.
And about to add on to it.
And it's knocking at the door yet again.
We'd like to thank y'all for joining us on Score 58 Network. We will be doing this, just about every weekend starting in January with some sort of football.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
And we enjoy having a good time while bringing it to you.
I always look forward to it. My football season never ends.
And that's a good thing, too.
It is indeed. Because by the time all this stuff is over, 7-on-7 is going again.
And now in some places in the state of Georgia, 7-on-7 never stops. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to play on your squad. But that's not a bad thing either.
No.
All right, so 1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. APS trying to put this thing on.
There's a snap. Give, cuts back to the middle. And runs into the teeth of the monster.
And gains nothing. May have lost a yard.
I didn't see that carry number. Is that 23?
I think it's 23.
There's TK Mack on the carry. Still well in the gun. Trips out to his right-hand side. Looks like APS is really slowing things down.
Clock runs under 11:30 here in the fourth quarter. It would really take some kind of weird happenings for South Fulton to get back in this thing. Here's the slant.
And Stillwell rolls to his left. And
Dropped.
there's a flag out there.
It's got to be defensive holding. They held the slant when he tried to reverse back out and go to the corner.
Yeah, that seems to be the area he was throwing it in.
Yep. Number 3, ran a slant and then got grabbed as he tried to open up and run to give his quarterback a outlet to throw the ball.
They're sorting this out right here. There it is. And looks like that's going to bring up
First and goal.
First and goal from the 10.
The one place that you don't want to have first and goal.
Nope, they dropped the sticks. We're at the 11.
Okay. So we're going to be 1st and 10 from the 11, and the clock rolls.
As does the Thunder.
The referee said, enough of this, let's roll the clock.
There's a snap. Stillwell looks. Throws out to his left.
Nice defense.
Ball was thrown low and inside. The ball can't be right there.
Where can you never throw a fade at, Coach?
Low and inside.
That was great defense over there. And if we could see the number, we'd tell them.
South Fulton has definitely had their moments.
Yes, definitely have.
They just haven't been able to string them together in a row.
And they had some chances where they were inside, Atlanta Public Schools territory.
Yeah. But now once you get down like this, and again, we're looking at a numbers thing, kind of like we were in the first game, where the APS numbers are much larger than that of South Fulton. We'll throw the outlet right there, flag on the ground.
Well,
not sure what that is.
Almost broke that.
Yeah, he's something else. He's as a wise old coach once told me, he's the kind of guy you can't touch in a phone booth.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know what a phone booth is, once upon a time,
they used to have these things.
When you needed to make a call, there would be this rectangular box with a phone inside of it. And you would step inside and shut the door and make a phone call.
Thanks for the history lesson.
You're welcome. That's what I do. Sadly, that's true. That is exactly what I do.
Yes. And I as well.
I tell people about stuff that's already happened.
But it's forever changing.
Depends on who you talk to.
Right now, everybody else is trying to change it.
Oh, yeah.
And they said they called a personal foul on South Fulton.
A personal foul?
I just heard that.
Okay. Trips out to the right, Stillwell on gun.
Got the middle of the field again if they want it.
There's a snap. Quick throw. Oh, through the hands. That ball's a little bit behind him, but
it's got to be caught.
You're supposed to catch that one.
I mean, this is just they bubble from the slot right here. Give it kind of the delay. There's an offensive lineman blocking in the end zone.
Pass intended for number 8. Jaquari Wiggles from Mays.
Jaquari Wiggles. At one point in time, Mr. Wiggles was a Georgia Tech commit. I know he's got a lot of interest since that commitment. So he'll be signing in February.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's always interesting to see where all the kids go.
He's a big-time player, played tight end and defensive line. Now, what does that tell you? Athlete.
Yep. Throws it up, man.
Incomplete again.
Intended for Wiggles again, just could not complete the pass. Looks like that's going to be a
turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs. As APS defense comes out, so with 8:16 left in the game, APS 28, South Fulton 7. I'd like to thank everybody here for joining us for the 2019 Senior Bowl Classic, sponsored by the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia. Unfortunately for South Fulton, the last 7 minutes and 52 seconds of this game are academic.
Mm-hmm.
Nicely, almost a safety, just barely avoids a safety.
They are all over them, Coach. every time they run something right now, they are.
Well,
I mean,
it's tough when you get down, and especially if when you're playing for a school, there's pride in your school and your teammates and all that kind of stuff because you bonded, and it's hard to bond in 3 practices.
yeah, that is true. That and the fact that you don't really have anywhere to go if what the limited amount that you've put in doesn't work.
Right. See, just little things like nothing can. I mean, like I said before, the wheels are coming off for South Fulton, and it's one of those things where it's hard to watch, but there's seldom anything you can do about it.
And they had what they wanted right there. He was going to have a nice. If he catches that, he's got a nice little lane to run up the middle of the field in. Just the throws a little bit behind him. No, and this is definitely not a position you want to be in as a quarterback where it's 3rd down and long, you're pinned on your own goal line, and they're about to come get you.
Oh, it's coming. And there it is. They did complete it. Oh, jeez.
Who took that? Was that Wiggles?
They gonna try to call it down.
Okay.
I just want to see what happened right here. So they didn't call it a fumble. Said it was.
Said it's forward progress.
Progress was stopped.
I do prefer for them to blow the whistle when the play's over.
Yes, that would be good.
That's one of my favorites when they do that, when they blow the whistle because the play's over.
Now, Coach, be nice. Clock runs. We're going to be under 5:30 at this punt right here for South Fulton.
Weir's back to kick. The good news, buddy, is they can't rush you.
Nope. Hammer
The
this
bad
thing.
news is you got to kick it out there.
Yep.
Back deep.
And that thing is just rolling. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hammered that punt.
Ball finally picked up by number 4.
And and then he fires the ball to the referee.
That's Omari Drake from Mays.
Clock runs under 5 minutes right here. I'd like to thank you again for joining us here at Score 58 Network.
Yeah, maybe it's like remember in Tecmo Bowl when you like catch the kickoff and run back to your 2-yard line and kneel it down so that you could
Get
pump up your stats.
99-yard offensive drive. Or just run it all the way down to the goal line with Bo Jackson and turn around and run it all the way back to the other goal line and then go score. Because, that's normal football.
I tell you what, man. Football video games have really progressed. I almost want to buy one of the systems.
Yeah. I wouldn't have enough time. Neither would you.
Well, and my kids would be insane. Doubles, look. There's a snap. Throw down the right sideline.
What?
Good D right there.
Yeah, very nice coverage.
Bodied into him the whole time, kind of try to force him to the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Nicely played.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
he just threw that ball 50 yards off his back foot.
Yeah, he can sling it. I think right here, I'm just going to run the ball. I like the fact they did not stop the clock. I appreciate that.
Coach.
If it was me, I would run this ball until the last second ticked off this clock.
I'm thinking from what I'm hearing that might have been supposed to be a run.
Well, if Stillwell, there's the give off the right side.
Nice tackle right there.
And he's brought down quickly. Players of the game, Coach Chapman, because, again, at this point, this has become pretty academic. For South Fulton, I would have to say Nick Williams, the quarterback.
Nick Williams is my pick. He did, basically he was a a one-man show in the first half. He basically willed them to their score to get it back to 14-7 right before halftime.
And then for APS, it's a little more difficult.
Yes, it is.
But I would probably go with Vashawn Ray simply for the fact that he just does whatever he wants.
Vashawn Ray would be my pick. You know, he changed the way South Fulton wanted to play defense for about, 2 quarters there. They were stacking people on top of him. And in the first part of the game, if they could have got him the football, he'd have had 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. I mean, he was wide open running down the middle of the field a bunch of times. And whether they missed him, didn't see him, whatever. But, he started the game off with the 53-yard touchdown. Every time they needed a big play to start the second half, he had the big 20-yard catch to get the first down on third down and long.
Yep.
Y'all be safe tonight.
So, if I had to pick, that would be my pick.
Punt by Stratweiser there. Going to give South Fulton the ball back with 1:25 on the clock. But again, this is one of those deals where, if you're South Fulton, you're just trying to finish the game.
Yeah, and you want to finish the game the right way.
Because I don't care if I'm up by 3 scores or down by 3 scores. This late in the game, my only thought is run, clock, run.
Yep, and the other thing is no injuries.
Yeah. Let's get out of here. Let's get on the bus and let's get going. But I cannot wait to see the celebration when the final buzzer goes off.
Yeah, because it should be epic.
I will say the middle of the field thing was pretty impressive.
Whoever orchestrated that.
Yeah, that was because they had to get together and talk about it.
Yes, they did. That was one of those things where, after practice they were like, hey, this is what's going to happen when we do this. Reverse.
Give on the reverse flea flicker. And it is well covered and still almost caught.
Wow, that was a great effort right there. I'm not sure they wanted 2 posts in the same area, but they got there anyway. Coach, you want to thank our sponsors one more time before we leave?
Absolutely. I'd like to thank today's sponsor of this Senior Bowl Classic, there we go. Senior Bowl Classic game, the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia. We've really appreciated being a part of these games for the last 3 years, and they're almost always really competitive games, and it's a chance for us to get to see great kids from all over.
Guys that we don't get to see on a daily basis. Man, nice throw.
And that was right off his fingertips.
Yes, it was. He dropped that in the bucket.
That was a great throw.
So as the time runs down right here with less than 5 seconds, your final score will be Atlanta Public Schools 28, South Fulton 7. We've seen Clayton County win today 42-14 over Muskogee County, and now the final of 28-7 for Atlanta Public Schools over South Fulton. What's your take on the day, Coach?
Any day with football is a pretty good day.
Especially today, it was nice outside.
It was.
So, with Adam Collins, this is Craig Chapman with Score Sports 58 Network.